Well, good morning. I've done nothing yet to deserve applause, okay? Um, it is my privilege to be, since July the 1st, the chancellor of this wonderful, wonderful institution. And for me, it is coming back home. This is the institution where I began my community college career, teaching in an English classroom here. Guys, we are so excited to see this room so full. Thank you for responding. We have sort of a new initiative that we're calling Strong from the Start. And this orientation is a great part of that. We want to make sure that you have what you need, the information that you need, that you know where things are, that you hear a little advice from us about how you might be more successful, and some tips and some tricks. We want you to be comfortable, because let me ask you a question. You don't have to raise your hands. How many of you are nervous? I would say probably 100% of you are nervous. Family members, how many of you are nervous? Probably 100%. Anytime you do something new, it's kind of nerve-wracking, isn't it? Yeah. So we have a lot of great folks here today. You'll see name tags. I want to challenge you to do a few things as you work your way through today in orientation and your first couple of weeks of classes. So guys, I've been doing this stuff, I've been in community college work, let's say almost 3 decades, okay? So I have had the privilege of working with a lot of students and a lot of families, and I want to tell you how smart you are to be at this fine institution. And I want to challenge you to not let your questions go unanswered. That's what today is about. But not just today, guys, the entire time. Never fail to ask your faculty member a question when you have one. Never fail to stop one of us in the halls and ask a question. Never, ever fail to do that, because that's what we're here for. I challenge our employees all the time. I say, we come to work every single day so that you guys can walk across the stage and get the degree or certificate you are seeking and take the next step after that you're seeking. That's what we do for a living. And so when you ask those questions, that helps us help you get there. That helps us help you get there. All right, I want to share a little research with you, okay? So what do you think research says is the greatest predictor of a student's success? Whatever goal you came here for, what do you think is the greatest predictor of whether you will meet that goal or not? Do you think it's your high school GPA? Who thinks that? Do you think it's what you scored on the ACT or whatever placement exam that you took? You think it's that? Do you think it's how hard you're going to work? All those things matter, and all those things are important. But the one thing I want to make sure you get from me, my piece of advice today before we get into the heart of the rest of the orientation, is that research about student success tells us that the number one predictor of whether a student is successful or not is if they connect with one of us, someone at ASU-Beebe that you are comfortable with, that you will slip into the office and say, I'm embarrassed to ask this question, but I need to ask this question. Connecting with one of us and connecting with at least one other student, hopefully one other student per course. Guys, that's the number one predictor. If you do that within the first week of classes, you have a better shot at being successful, despite your ACT, despite your placement, despite how hard you worked in high school. All those things are important. This isn't going to be easy. It's going to be different. But the number one predictor of whether you'll be successful or not is your ability to connect with one of us, get comfortable with us so you have somebody to go to when you get a little rattled, and you connect with other students who are studying the same things that you are. Please, please do that, and try to do that today, and try to do that within the first week in every single course that you're in, because you're not going to be the only one who has a panic attack one day and says, geez, this stuff is hard, I don't think I can do this. And you're not going to be the only one to say, I think I'll just lay in the bed today and not go to class. Except that you may have a buddy going, we can't do that, we've got to go to class. You do have to go to class. Please try to do that in your time with us today and across this first week of your studies. I promise you it will make a difference. We want 100% of you to reach the educational goal you came here to pursue. We can't do it for you, but we can try to set you up with ideas, thoughts, advice today about how you can get there, and you can always call on us to continue to be helpful to you throughout your career. We're excited that you're here. Parents, siblings, grandparents, we really appreciate you being here supporting your students today. This is a scary step, coming to a new place and a new campus and going off on a new venture. So your being here with your students is exceptionally important. We know you too are part of that connection and support system that a student has to have to be successful. I wear a name tag. Never fail to stop me in the hall and ask me a question either. I may not know the answer, but I promise you we'll get it. Guys, have a great day. We're so proud that you're here. Go Vanguard.